जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। हरे कृष्ण नाम प्रभु की जय। Welcome all of you for the 44th session of Soulful Japa. Now 45th, 54. Sorry, 54th session. And yesterday I gave you an introduction to what is tasking. Okay, in our normal language, let me talk. What is this role of counting in japa? Okay, let's start with that. I'm just using another word for the whole process, this tasking. What is a task? Task means, you have a task from now till you achieve something. You have a task. Let's say you have to organize a festival. So there's a task to organize the festival. That means so many actions are involved. All the actions put together, connected together, they become a task. Individual actions become task. Just like if you ask a mason to build a wall with bricks, as he places brick by brick, picking each brick and placing that in the right place with the mortar is a unit work. It's a unit of work. That is an action. Action, many actions put together becomes a activity. So tasking means it's a tasking of an activity to achieve something. Similarly, japa is also not only action of individual chanting come hearing, but it is also an activity. And that activity is what I am going to define. That activity is uninterruptedly going on chanting. Uninterruptedly, that is the activity. Normally, in our mind, japa means chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing. This perception we have in our mind. If I ask you, many of you will say, what is japa? Chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing. Because you have not understood the big role that tasking plays. After you hear what I am speaking, you will say, if I ask you what is japa, you will say chanting, hearing and tasking. Because how important that tasking is. So you have to change your perception about japa. Japa is not about one chanting, concurrently chanting and hearing. No. That first part of the mindful japa is about mindfully chanting and hearing, come hearing. Now we need to mindfully task. That means without breaking our attention, by chanting, concurrent chanting, come hearing of each bead, during that bead your attention is locked. Correct? It is locked. Then you take on the next one. Your attention is locked because both chesta you are giving together. But in between these two, mind can run away. So there is an activity to be done between the beads also in japa. Just like if you make a garland of, let's say, flowers, loose flowers. They're all tied together through a thread, no? Then it becomes a garland. Loose flowers, 100 loose flower is not equal to garland of 100 flowers. You see the difference? Similarly, your 108 chanting and hearing alone is not equal to japa of one round. That 108 chanting and hearing has to be connected, one above the other, one above the other, one above the other. Just like thread is connecting. Okay. Today we'll understand. Yesterday I just gave you an introduction of that. Today we'll try to understand. Again, go back to Srila Prabhupada's example. Okay, before that, let me tell you. Even a small baby chant Hare Krishna, once it will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Let's say you take a 2-year-old baby. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. It will easily do. Now you tell the child, you chant 108 times. Then it becomes a little difficult. Chanting one beat, 2 beats is all right, 3 beats is all right. It requires training, is it not? Even a child can do it, but you need to train the child. Suppose there is a child. The father is telling, come on, chant. Once the child will chant. The father will say, oh, very good, one more. Then he will get encouraged. One more he will chant. Then again you say, one more. Very good, you chanted 3 times. And then tell the child, again, for each mala you smile and you show, I'm very happy, you've done it. Even a 2 or 3-year-old baby can do 108 rounds. 108 beats. One mala he can do. Why? Because between every chant, he is being enthused, he is being recognized, he is made to feel, most important, he is made to feel that he has succeeded. Wonderful. Our mind is also like a child only. The same thing we are going to apply here also. Here, Nama Prabhu is pleased, which is a fact as per the Shastra. You chant once, Nama Prabhu is pleased. You get enthused. One more, success. One more. Chanting come hearing. So something is happening between the beats. Most important thing is a sense of success. It's a spiritual success. It's not talking about material success. It's a spiritual success. To be able to chant, having to add one more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare in your life. It is to your eternal credit. That feeling should come. Not only that, it's a daily food for the soul. So this feeling is there from beat to beat. That is called tasking. Okay, now let us take Prabhupada's example. The iron put in the fire. When the iron is put in the fire, Prabhupada gives the example to show how the heat from the fire goes on to the iron and it becomes warmer, hot, and finally it becomes red hot like a fire, acts like a fire. So our chanting is also like putting our soul in the fire of Satchidananda of Nama Prabhu. Shakti Avasya Nama is like the fire of Satchidananda. So when we do our japa, we are actually placing our soul in the fire of Shakti Avesharama. And if you take the iron out, it's out of the fire. When you put the iron piece inside, it's again inside the fire. What if I put the iron inside, little hot, then take it out, What happens? As soon as you take it out, it cools down. Again you put it inside. It'll get again warmed up. Again you take it out. Again it get put inside, it warms up. Will it ever become red hot? It will not become red hot. But if you continue, total time you put the piece of iron, total let's say 10 minutes you put, like that 10 times, that means 100 minutes you put that in the fire, iron in the fire. But after 10 minutes you took it out each time. So it's not red hot. But if you put it for even half the time, it becomes red hot. Why? Because there is a cumulative effect. Heat builds on heat. Heat builds on heat. Heat builds on heat. One thing what I am saying now. When we chant concurrent one, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, concurrently, we are putting our soul into the fire of Satchidananda. Moment my mind goes somewhere else, my soul is out of the fire. And where is it? It is in the, if Satchidananda is a fire, you can say 3 gunas are like the water. You are back into the water. You get again wet. Come out and you get wet. Again you go inside, again you get warmed up. Again you come outside, you get wet. We have no choice. The jiva has to either be in the fire of Satchidananda or in the fire of the 3 modes. We have no alternative. If I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, at that time I am liberated, I am touching the, concurrently chanting and hearing means I am inside the fire. So what is most ideal? Most ideal thing is to continuously stay in the fire for 1 round, 2 rounds, 16 rounds. That's the best effect you can get. Your whole day will be fire of Satchidananda. Then again next day, again you warm yourself up fully. Red hot you become. Because Prabhupada has ordered 16 rounds. That 16 rounds means it's enough to keep you away from 3 gunas. Uninterruptedly you should chant. Okay? For 16 rounds. So that is a little tough. What is inattentive chanting? Inattentive chanting is, mindless chanting is what? You don't even go inside the fire. You are about 6 inches away from the fire. So some warmth will come. So powerful. The fire is so powerful. Even 6 inches away, little heating will happen to the iron. That is the kind of experience the devotees who are doing inattentive japa are having, that level of Krishna consciousness. It's all about what you get. It's not about what you create in your head and you intellectually you create, I understood Krishna consciousness. No. It's all about energies, going from the external energy into the internal energy. Lord has descended and there is an ocean of Satchidananda, there is a fire of Satchidananda there. And the attention is a connection to that fire of Satchidananda. So concurrent chanting, come hearing. Each current mantra, as Prabhupada says, keep the attention locked. What does it mean keeping the attention locked? Stay in the fire. Stay in the fire. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Stay in the fire. First you practice with 108 beats. Stay in the fire, 108 beats. No matter what comes in between you said, it hardly takes 7.5 minutes. Let anybody say anything. Let me finish my 7 malas, one round and then only I'll come. Start with that. So between the beats, now what is tasking? Okay. Tasking is, okay, let me connect this uninterrupted chanting to bhakti. Fire example we have given. Okay. Iron in the fire example we have given. But how is Krishna more pleased? Whether I chant, whether I chant 108 mantras in 108 minutes or in 7 minutes, how does it matter? Krishna should be saying, okay, you're doing your wrong. You're done 108 times, fine. So it should be same, no? No, it is not. Why? From Krishna's angle. Krishna wants, what are we doing in our japa? We are offering something very fundamental to us. What is that? Attention. We are giving our attention. Is it not? We are giving our attention to the Lord. And the Lord wants our attention. If we are able to give attention uninterruptedly, is it not a matter of greater devotion? Yes. Suppose there is a lover and he thinks of the beloved always. There is another lover who thinks of him, now and then he thinks of him. Whose love is great? In the same way, somebody who can give attention uninterruptedly, that means his devotion, he's devoting his attention more to the Lord than a person, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So what about this? What about that? Okay. Again, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Even if it is concurrent chanting and hearing. At least that particular chanting I will hear and chant. Which is better? If you are doing japa, Krishna wants, the essence of all Krishna consciousness is always remember Krishna, never forget him. Is the essence of Krishna consciousness. Always remember him. So 2 hours of 16 rounds is a great opportunity for rehearsal of uninterrupted japa. Constant chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra without a break. So this is the spiritual reason why definitely an uninterrupted japa means you are devoting your attention exclusively for him, not allowing anybody, anything else to take your attention away. My Krishna is most important now. I have sat, my sadhya is now 108 beats. Nobody shall interfere. My mind cannot interfere. Outside nobody can interfere. My attention is fully for Krishna Nama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You see the spirit behind uninterrupted. So devotion is connected. Even though I given the fire example looks like an impersonal example. That impersonal example is connected to this Lord being actually pleased more. Lord is definitely pleased more. And therefore, if he is pleased more, therefore you see more energy, more heat flows into you. More Satchidananda mercy. You attract the mercy of Satya Vaishanama when you are so devotedly attentive to the Nama and doing the seva of chanting and hearing his name. Very, very powerful. Okay. So this is like a rehearsal for us. The chanting 16 rounds uninterruptedly. Another example I can give you, can put those one slide. Not this yesterday's. Yeah. You see here. Now, I got 13 bricks. And these 13 bricks, forget that if I line those 13 bricks, in the right side I piled one above the other. And there are 13 bricks on the other table. If I spread them on the table, of course this picture is not correctly done. Suppose I spread it on the table. Same 13 bricks I pile up one above the other. Tell me, what is the force under this? Yeah, in option B, the force under the bottommost brick is how much? 13 times that brick, isn't it? Because the weight of one brick builds on another brick, builds on another brick, builds on another brick, like that it goes on. But if I spread those 13 bricks, then at each point I will get only the weight of one brick. Is it not? This should have been, this 13 brick should have been flatly laid down on this table. This wrongly depicted. So basically, you need to know that if I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, then interruption, then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. It's like scattering the brick all over your chit. It has its effect, no doubt, it has its effect. But the cumulative effect is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. You are giving your mind away for anything else in between, means you are spreading out. If you are not giving your attention anywhere else, it's not about speed. As long as your attention is on the chanting, one above the other, one above the other, one above the other, one above the other, you have a piling effect. You will be surprised with the kind of experience that creates on your head, on your mind. Amazing, completely different from interrupted chanting, okay, which you are already experiencing. Mindful japa, because of the taste, chesta ruchi, you want one more, you are doing it. Now I am introducing something between the two beats, which is very important, which automatically your background mind will create a kind of a delight of doing one bead after another bead after another bead, which we all do in our life, in our japa. We are already doing it. So Prabhupada says in an interview, so in the third stage of bhakti, if you follow remove this slide. Third stage of bhakti, if you follow the regulative principles and chant with some prescribed numbers, numerical strength, then all your misgivings will be over automatically. So we need to have a sadhya, we need to have a goal that I am doing 108 beats or I am doing 16 into 108 beats. Once you sit for that, then you are sitting for one particular purpose, to devote yourself to Lord Krishna, to devote yourself to Nama Prabhu, and go on and on and on without distraction. That will please the Nama Prabhu a lot. And now, next slide. Okay. See, chanting is done in the foreground mind. Okay, foreground mind is the executing mind, which now we are already practicing. Background mind is a feeling mind, driving mind, inspiring mind, feeling mind, the background. Now tasking. So foreground mind is chanting, come hearing on each bead. The foreground mind is doing that. We are not disturbing that at all. Now tasking is done during the training by foreground mind between the two beats. Even now when you are doing chanting come hearing, your foreground mind is doing chanting come hearing on the beat. Then it goes to the next beat. Again when you start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, foreground mind is active. But between these two beats, your foreground mind is free, no? So even during training, your foreground mind itself can trigger this, can consciously trigger this impulse, tasking impulse. And the tasking impulse, what it has to do, trigger, already it's in the background mind. After training, the background mind will automatically give the tasking. What's the tasking impulse? Just show that. Next. The tasking impulse is, there's a small intention from one beat to another beat. What is that? It's all, we're talking about the intention is also a drive. I want to build up one more towards my 108. One more I want to build up towards the 108. One more I want to build up towards the 108. Build up what? Build up my eternal earning. Build up one more unit of pleasure from Nama Prabhu. One more pleasure I want to get from Nama Prabhu. One more pleasure I want to get Nama Prabhu. Just like I gave the example of how the father asks the child to chant. When he chants, then father gives him a smile. Very good. Then he chants one more. Then he chants one more. Then he chants one more. So my tasking intention is to get one more pleasure from the Lord. One more pleasure from the Lord. And there is a tasking effort. Effort is what? Uninterrupted. Nothing else should come now. Now next I should go for next Hare Krishna. And then there's a tasking delight. A tasking delight is what? It gives you happiness or not. It gives you pleasure or not. Even the idea that you're piling up one above the other, that itself gives you the tasking delight. So your tasking impulse is all these things. When you do it 1,000 times, this intention, effort and delight, when you practice it, in the background it becomes one feeling. As soon as you take your beat, one Hare Krishna is over, an impulse will come from your heart, from your background. One more. With a sense of success, with a sense of delight, it will come. And then that's one over the other. You want. So not only you want each mantra to be chanted and heard, you will want that, but you want it uninterruptedly. I don't want to break because I want it to be piled up. I don't want my attention to go anywhere else. Okay. So for this, so as in the case of the child, many things were happening between one chanting and another chanting. What was it? Many things, many subtle things were happening in the mind. He was feeling a sense of success, being encouraged by the smile of the father. And then he didn't even feel any strain. 108 times he did it. But if you had told the child, okay, do 108 times, I'd find it very difficult. In between two beats, two chants, you encouraged him. There was something for him. That is called micro delight. The child was feeling micro delight between the two chants. So very nicely he chanted 108 rounds, 108 beats. So actually why this works also is because our mind has got the tendency to feel good about any accomplishment. It is our nature to feel good about any accomplishment. That means I desire something, I accomplish. I desire something, I accomplish. Immediately I get the result. Then I feel very good about it. So that feel good is very important. It's very common in so much different kinds of tasks that we do in our life. If we succeed, we feel good. So same phenomena we are dovetailing in the brain. This is what the acharyas have done by introducing the beats. They've taken advantage of how our brain works in order to keep our attention connection with the sound incarnation. Therefore, chanting with bead is different. It may take 2 hours to do chanting 16 rounds. I can just sit and do 16 rounds, half an hour, 2 hours. Now, okay, I have finished. I don't want japamala. No, japa means japamala is required. Okay, there are a lot of things that happen to the mind in japa. So, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you should understand japa means not just chanting and hearing from now onwards. Please understand, it is one effect. If you simply think, okay, it is chanting and hearing, that is one effect, one kind of effect. But chanting is meant for much more than that. What is that? By repetition, you are continuing and prolonging your attention to the Lord, which attracts more mercy, like how longer you stay in the fire continuously, the more heat the iron will absorb. These are all things, if you want, you can practice it and see. Take it as a vow and sit one shot and finish 16 rounds and see without interruption, bead after bead, bead after bead, mala after mala, mala after mala, mala after mala. It is possible to do because there is delight and there is chesta ruchi. Taste is there, energy is coming from the nama. And you will see that is how after 16 rounds you don't want to stop. Because it's piled up, built up. Energy, spiritual energy has been built up. So now we all have this experience of Karya Siddhi. Was there one more slide? Yeah, sure. Yeah, see, bead 1, chanting come hearing. Then there is a gap. There you have to give tasking impulse. Who gives the tasking impulse? After training, it is a background mind. Even now also, see, now during training what you are doing, chanting come hearing, then chanting and hearing the very same chanted sound concurrently on each bead you are doing. Then next bead when you start, you are doing the same thing. Between the bead there is a gap. That gap is very less. You end on mantra and you start on mantra, that's a gap. It's not a big gap. You end on mantra and start on mantra. When you end on mantra and start on mantra, in that gap is where you give this tasking impulse. Tasking impulse, it's a feeling of progress, it's a feeling of success, it's a feeling of delight that I am achieving something, I am going towards my achievement. Just like yesterday I gave the example, the king opened his treasury and told, go into the treasury and pick up any amount of money and filling in your bag and come, but take one at a time and put it in your bag. That's the only condition. So as you take each rupee and each 1,000 rupee note and put it in your bag, again put it in you feel thrilled. You feel thrilled. You feel happy. As each goes into your bag, you feel very happy. So in the same way, that tasking impulse, I'm trying to communicate that to you, what that is. You can do japa without that also. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Japa means, bead after bead I should do. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Your goal is not in the mind. 108 I should do in one stretch. It's not in your mind. Your goal at one sitting I have to do 16 rounds is not in the mind. Right? And between the beads, you don't feel any pleasure that you're moving towards it. A sense of success is not there. So without tasking pleasure also you can do it. Then you get only the divya chesta ruchi, but mind can still, between the two beads it can run away. This is the reason why some of the people may fail even in creating that training mind slice for mindful japa. Please, those who are still not succeeded, I got 1 or 2 people who are still saying, I have not been able to succeed more than 30%. My mind is going here and there. That is why I told you, don't worry. When this tasking impulse is, when you start practicing that, there is no way the mind can go away. Because these are all real. Everything, as I explained everything, the delight is real. Sense of achievement is real. There's nothing which is not real about this. It is not imagination, as long as you know the value of these things. So, the value of unlimited value is the value of each bead. Each bead you should chant for the sake of that. Each mantra is valuable for me. I don't want to miss this. This mantra goes away. It is very unique. Every mantra I want to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. So, now one may say the sense of success that we are taking bead after bead. Is it some, material achievement? No. You can take it as material achievement also because you had a desire and you completed it. You can take it. But that's not the main thing. What is the main sense of success? I've been able to please Guru and Nama Prabhu. There is no greater success than that in life. With every bead. That value should be there. That value should be there for your achievement. This is an achievement. It's a spiritual achievement. Every additional bead is a spiritual achievement. One mala is a greater spiritual achievement than 10 beads. 5 mala of japa is a greater achievement than 4 malas of japa. That is meaning of progressive this thing. So, in short, if we learn by practice to taste the spiritual delight of increasing, scoring or gaining one more absolute credit in our eternal existence, of having once more tried to please Nama Prabhu by finishing one bead and looking forward for the next bead, as we grow from bead to bead and next up to 108th bead, then our present thinking japa will transform into chanting, come hearing, come delightful tasking. Again, chanting, come hearing, come delightful tasking. Then again, chanting. So chanting, hearing, delightful tasking, chanting, hearing. Adding to that yesterday's, chanting with delight, hearing with relish, and again delightfully tasking. Again chanting with delight, hearing with relish, and again tasking. Chanting with the foreground mind, with delight from the background mind, simultaneous hearing with relish and hope from the background mind. Of course, chanting and hearing, when I speak, it is separately spoken, but it happens at a time. So yesterday I explained that delight with hope, that is one. That delightfulness is merges into one. Rishtamam Haglada. And then next is what? In the gap, tasking impulse, which is a delight, tasking delight. So once you get practiced, now one good thing about this, we are already practicing on each bead. Concurrent chanting, come hearing, concurrent chanting, come hearing, concurrent chanting from hearing. Already practicing. Practicing means what? Foreground mind is applied on that. Now between the beats, you don't need so much time. Your foreground mind can practice also. It doesn't disturb chanting and hearing. For the sake of practicing, you can practice. Ultimately, after practice, you don't need online energy at all for tasking delight. There is auto tasking. Now we are also doing auto tasking. Nobody need to teach us. We are doing auto tasking when you do our japa. But we are not releasing auto delight. That is the difference. Not that from today I told you, therefore you are able to chant 100 rounds, therefore you are already chanting 16 rounds. You are already having tasking. You are already doing tasking. But you are not doing tasking with delight. And I gave you reasons to be delighted about. So therefore you train your mind, your background mind, to give a delight. And delightfully do. You feel enthusiastic to do beat after beat, beat after beat, beat after beat. And it is a delight of pleasing Prabhupada and Krishna, Prabhupada and Krishna, Prabhupada and Krishna. Okay, you know what you are doing. So therefore this Divya Karya Siddhi Ruchi, Karya Siddhi, Karya means work. Japa is just like my gardener example. He felt a satisfaction having done the work that I gave him. He defined work for himself first, hearing from me. Then when he succeeded, he got Karya Siddhi Rasa. And that Karya Siddhi Rasa is connected to that activity. So every time he wants to do that, his brain will start asking for it. Yes, I want that, because it's a sense of success. So in other words, you get addicted to chanting and hearing. If you fall sick for a few days and you are unable to chant, you will feel, your brain will feel shunya. When can I take my beat back? I want to do my japa, I want to do my japa, I want to do my japa. If you have done with delight, each bead, if you have fed the delight into your brain, when your mind feels delight, there is a brain chemical also that delight goes into it. That's how habits are formed. Okay. So, these are some of the things that I wanted to communicate today. Once again, I will summarize. One, we have been practicing chanting, come hearing, bead after bead. Foreground mind has been applied on it. Now between the bead, our goal is to introduce a tasking impulse with a tasking delight. We have defined what is tasking. It's a sense of building up. Just like when you were bhakta, somebody gave you a bead bag, 108 beads. First time you did it, you definitely felt a sense of success. You have never done that. Oh my God, I did one mala. You fed your brain a sense of success. And then again you wanted to do tomorrow. And then the devotee who is associating with you, he says, we're going to do 4 malas. Then you think, can I really do? Oh, I can do. You do 4 malas, then you feel a sense of success. Then you do every day. For 1 month you do 4 malas. You feel more and more bliss. I did. It may not be spiritual bliss, but I did it. This is training the mind. You do it. Of course, afterwards, if you had continued to take delight, just like devotees, they chant. When they finish bead after bead, they feel, yes, I am following Prabhupada's instruction. Now 16 rounds. When you finish 16 rounds also, you feel a sense of satisfaction. Yes, I have followed my Guru's instruction today. You feel so much satisfaction. That is also a sense of success, spiritual success. It's a sense of spiritual success. You should feel that. I would say you should feel every bead. If somebody is doing 16 rounds, he is already feeling it. Every mala and every 16 rounds. Probably beginning he feels and then the end 16 rounds he will feel. I am saying why 16 rounds? 1728 times you feel that sense of success. Imagine the kind of energy that will come to your chanting. 1728 micro delights between each beats, between each Mahamantra. Okay, now all this I have mentioned. What that I have talked today is available in module number 27. Please read that again. Read that. I had told you 28. 28 is further elaboration. 27 purposely I did not tell you to read because I want you to first hear from me. Otherwise, it will look like, again, some people are so scared. Oh, so much complicated Prabhu is making this japa. Such simple thing, chant on Hare Krishna, and then chant the next Hare Krishna, and chant the next Hare Krishna, chant the next Hare Krishna. What is all these things? 6-7 pages he has written about this. You'll start thinking. That's why I wanted to first simplify by speaking to you, and then afterwards you read that. See, it's a one-time investment. You read exactly what is happening, what I should do, because we want to train the mind. To train the mind, what is to be done between the beats is something that next 30 days you should practice giving that feeling between the beats. It does not disturb your foreground thing. If you simply decide that now I have got a foreground training that is going on, of chanting, come hearing concurrently, that's going on, but also simultaneously Prabhu has introduced on training for the background mind, introduced on feeling between the beats. What is that feeling? Read and get that feeling, prepare that feeling. Because that feeling should be meaningful, no? And introduce that drop of that feeling between the beats. This is a practice for next 30 days, tasking practice. And once you have mindful chanting and hearing on each beat, to make it mindful japa for the entire 108 beats, you need spiritful japa. The spirit. Delight is a spirit. That delight is a drive. It's a spirit that drives. Why this delight is considered to be little different from soulful japa? I told you, soulful japa is about exchange of feelings with the Lord. Here we are talking about doing delight. I am delightful in doing an act of chanting, doing an act of hearing, doing an act of repeating uninterruptedly. The 3 types of delight, relish. Okay, so let us have our chanting session now. Please put on the.
The process is that you chant Hare Krishna and exactly the same sound you hear. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. You simply hear. When you say Hare Krishna, you try to hear the very sound. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. You simply chant Hare Krishna and try to hear the sound. That's all. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. When you chant, you must hear also. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. While chanting, you must hear. Hare Krishna, you must give attention to hear. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, you hear it, then your mind becomes locked up. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, let me take one or two questions. Already 12 o'clock. First question is, spiritful japa and soulful japa, aren't spirit and soul the same? Can you explain how these are different? Yes. Even mindful japa is also, in mindful japa also, it is a soul's kriya chesta and jnana chesta that is coming out. So that way mindful japa is also a kind of soulful japa only. Okay. Now spiritful japa, why I say spiritful japa? The spirit of delight is introduced. Spirit of delight, relation, these things are introduced, which is what becomes a driving force for, just like I told you, if there is a delight, it will drive. So there is a spirit in that, spirit in the action. Okay. This, when I say spirit, as I told you, this is a doing delight. It is not about actually delight about meeting Krishna. It's a doing delight. It's an action delight. Delight in the act of chanting, delight in the act of hearing, delight in the act of building up one after the other, one after the other. So that delight is a spirit of action of japa. So therefore it is spiritful japa. Soulful japa, again, certain other energies of the soul are coming out and offered to the Lord. That is exchange of feelings, feelings of surrender, feelings of humility, feelings of begging for forgiveness for offenses, feeling of faith that He is before us. These are all interpersonal feelings. Whereas this delight is not interpersonal feeling, it is a delight you have in doing. Enthusiasm is your this thing. It's something that drives your doing, enthusiasm. Okay. So therefore I divided mindful, spiritful, soulful. In all of them, in mindful, kriya chesta and jnana chesta is exclusively given for each thing. That giving of kriya chesta and jnana chesta, and now you added karya chesta. Karya chesta means I am thinking I have to do. When I sit for japa, I don't just think I have to chant and hear. When I sit for japa, I have my goal, sadhya, 108 beats, or whatever. If you are deciding now I am sitting, I will do 4 rounds now, decide 4 rounds. Then you sit there. Then you do that. Then there is a tasking spirit there to task. So there is a tasking chesta. That's called karya chesta. You want to do a karya. Kriya and karya. Karya, kriya, karya, chesta. That there is a delight in that particular thing. Okay. Now, next, even after practicing your instruction on mindful japa, still if I am unable to chant mindfully more than 40%, then shall I follow your instruction on spiritful japa or not? You follow your, next you go on to spiritful japa. That is going to help you with this. Because spiritful japa, please understand, don't confuse. All those who are practicing, don't confuse. You are not touching practically anything that you are doing with your foreground mind on each mala on each bead. Between the bead there is a gap. In that gap, you are pulling up a feeling from your background mind. Feeling is already there. Once you read module 27 3-4 times, your feeling is already there. For the next day at least there. Therefore, I recommend that you read this at least every alternate day during this training period. Read this module 27, then you are ready for it. During japa, you don't need any reminder or anything. You know that today's japa, my background training is very simple. Between the beats, I should feel. That's all. Already you're on the beat, you're already doing. Foreground mind instruction is there. Chant and here golden commands are there. For on the beats. Now in between, you feel. You put the drop of. You experience the drop of feel good about success, spiritual success. How is relishing not different from hope? How are they one? Relishing with hope. Relishing with hope. They're not different. They're connected. If different but connected, it means two feelings at the same time. You're right. Okay, you're right. They're connected. Next is relishing. Instead of implementing so many feelings at a time, can we implement one feeling per week? No, now I've given you only one feeling. Only one feeling. What is that feeling? That feeling is that feeling of sense of accomplishment, spiritual accomplishment, bead after bead. That is what I am, one feeling only. Okay. So that on the bead, that delight, and on hearing relish, you don't worry about it now, because we will talk about it later. You're right. We are not trying to train now, though I have talked about it. We are not trying to train three things together. What is it? One is delight in hearing, delight in chanting, relish in hearing, and sense of accomplishment in tasking. First two, you leave it. When it comes to training now, for next 1 month, please understand, thank you for this question. Everybody, please focus on the accomplishment, spiritual accomplishment, that is called tasking delight, a drop, micro delight. You take micro delight from bead to bead. When you go, you load a micro delight from your background mind. Yes. It's a sense of accomplishment. Just like you're making more and more money, how will you feel? Oh, more money is coming and falling into my account. My God, what is going on? I have got every day I open my bank account, more money is coming and falling in. Oh my God. Same feeling you should feel. Bead after bead after bead. Okay, next. Today's question. While chanting, we can see Krishna's photo or about Krishna's songs. I already explained this in my earlier sessions. You will divert simply your visual details on the, your attention will go on the details of the Krishna's picture. Being very strict in terms of practice, it's a strict discipline what we are learning now. So Prabhupada said that you focus on hearing first. And one day, Krishna's picture, everything will come. But if you are worshipping a particular deity, then if you are sitting before the deity and chanting, then you can keep your eyes, your glance on the deities and you can chant. Okay? When we are chanting in daytime, very often some urgent situation related to Krishna's service comes, how to tackle. No problem. If it is Krishna's service only, at that time you keep your bead back down and you chant and you do your work and come back and again you say, after all, when I touch 7, can you ask who are the devotees assigning service or whatever it is. You have started your one mala and you are in the 10th bead, somebody gives a service. There's nothing like urgent. In a flash of a second, unless some fire is there on the temple floor or something, that's a different matter. But otherwise it can, another 5 minutes it can wait, no. Finish your own round and go. Or somebody has fell down from the staircase, then okay, all right, you run. Even your 10 beats, doesn't matter. You go and, save the devotee, help the devotee. But otherwise, simply, something I had to write now. Otherwise, I had to reply this mail now. So let me stop my beating. No, don't do that. Okay. Should we chant with Srila Prabhupada interspersed japa, or just chant and hear our japa without any audio? But it is easy to chant Srila Prabhupada japa audio. See, you continue to do where you try withdrawing Prabhupada japa and start trying what happens to you. If it stays on, good. That means Prabhupada's golden coat has already entered into, his command has entered into your psyche. You don't need that tape. So you need to test. Otherwise, no problem. Go on for 90 days with that. There is no problem with that. But you will feel more thrilled if after, let us say, after 40 days you remove the tape and see. Remove the audio and chant. It will be the same like with the audio. If it is not, continue hearing the audio tape. But as I said, you don't need to, this kind of, when you are doing japa practice, you do it separately in your room or somewhere you do it. It will help. Because in the temple hall, we are not putting that interspersed japa. Because everybody will be in different stages of training, and some may not be training, whatever it is. And it is a spliced audio. It's not a real audio. So I don't want it to become a practice that in our temples we put a spliced video of Srila Prabhupada. We don't want that. But it is very useful for training. So as an institution, let us not start playing that spliced video everywhere. This is meant for training. Okay. For tasking, background preparation is required, or it should be foreground feeling. No, the foreground, no feeling. Foreground is only an action, executing mind. Foreground mind has no feeling. If at all foreground mind has a feeling, it is pulled up from the background mind. Okay. So background preparation is required. Read volume. Whatever now I have spoken is all background preparation for you to. Are you not inspired to give one impulse of success between the beat after hearing me? Yes. That means this has gone into your subconscious, your background mind. You read now module 27, that feeling will consolidate, and you get exactly what exactly is Prabhu doing. What is he saying exactly? Between the beat, what I should do. Why I should do. What is the result of it? So when you read that, whatever I spoken, it's like a notes. You read that. Okay. So that is a background preparation. The delight feeling during tasking practically when I tried is not just getting limited between the beats, because it is a microseconds time. No, feeling. It's a drop of feeling. It goes with the doing. It's not. It is getting extended to the next chanting come hearing beat. Why it is extending? It is extending because you are thinking about it. As I told you, thoughts are required to generate this feeling. But it should convert itself into a thought feeling. That is why don't think about it, feel about it. To feel about it, module 27 is the thoughts behind it. Read. Think about it. It becomes a thought feeling. It becomes a bhavana. A delight becomes a bhavana. So then it won't get extended over this thing. Because thinking takes time. Feeling doesn't take time. Moment you start thinking, oh, I am surrendered to Krishna, it takes time. You feel, you feel surrendered. That's a different thing. You feel delight. If you think, oh, I am feeling delight because of this, then it's a long thing. It's gone. It's become a thought. Okay. Is it fine? Because trying to limit it between the bead only creates it. Don't try to create. If it is there, it is there. Otherwise, it is not there. Means don't worry. Tomorrow you increase your reading, and then that will help you. Sometimes while chanting with the audio, I am not able to stop while Prabhupada voice comes for instruction what to do. Don't worry. Nothing wrong. When Prabhupada voice comes, if that instruction is in the background, no problem. Doesn't matter. It's not offensive or anything, because you are already following what he's saying. He's telling to do something, you are already following that. Okay, right? What should one think while chanting Panchatattva mantra? Nothing. Beg mercy from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the one who gifted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to this world. Thank him for it. Ever grateful to him. And okay, it's a long mantra at the end of 108 mantra and breaks the attention at times. Goswamis also chanted it each time before starting japa. I don't know all that answer whether Goswamis chanted. You chant. Prabhupada said chant Panchatattva mantra before chanting Hare Krishna words. One mala. Take the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and do it. Don't worry about it. As I told you that 108 times, when you have finished 108 beats, let there be a break in attention. As if you are not broken attention at all. That's a planned break of attention. Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Thank Lord Chaitanya for 108 beats. Now seek his mercy for next 108 beats. So connect it to this japa. Okay? Right. So then, in KCH quotes for background plus tasking mind, sometimes I feel KCH quotes, okay, this is not connected to this Krishna conscious happiness quotes. We'll talk about it. You ask this question there. Can foreground mind can hear attentively while tasking and being delight? Delight is tasking delight, tasking effort, tasking intention. All three have become one into a tasking impulse. That's why I said you understand that. One impulse. So your foreground mind does not get affected at all in his chanting and hearing. And that too, this is happening on the beat, that's happening between the beats. And that's only during training time you differentiate, happening between the beats and after the beats and all that. Mind itself learns. Mind will pull up the feeling only between the beats. Don't worry. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mind will learn. And immediately it will pull up. Mind will learn to pull up only between the beats. Okay. So, thank you very much. We'll meet again tomorrow. Please read module 27. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.